Hello, my name's Shane Walsh from County Kerry in Ireland and welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you my collection of Queen Agave or the Agave victoriae reginae, a small agave from Mexico. Very endangered in the wild, but very common in cultivation. So basically I want to show you from when they're tiny seedlings, such as these, which I sowed this year, to bigger plants of a few years, to an older plant, and down here then, let's go down here, to an older plant still. So, sowing. When would you sow? These seedlings were sown this April. So they're actually quite slow growing. They're a slow growing agave. It stays quite small. And they're actually very variable. So even here at a young age you can see the different colours of the leaves. So these are the true adult leaves, as you can see here. I'll just give you a better look at the different little seedlings. It's also very important when you have seedlings like these that you don't let them dry out, because the roots are very small. Even though you might think the plant is quite hardy, they're very tiny little roots and they would dry out and they'll die. So moving on from the seedlings, which are sown this year, to plants that I grew 3 years ago from seeds. So this one here is Agave victoriae reginae, which is a compact form. And this one then is another Agave victoriae reginae, and the same plant, but look at the different variation of colours. So it's kind of a more brighter green to this darker green with the kind of white stripes. This one here I got from seed in Tucson, Arizona. And this one here is from seed that I purchased from a guy in Australia. This plant here, again, I purchased 3 years ago from Hag in Germany. So look, the three ones there. Same plant, but different in their coloration of their leaves. So they're, as I said, they're quite varied in their makeup and the color of the foliage and leaves. This guy here then is about 10 years old, and this one was grown as an offset, or a pup as they're sometimes called, and it's growing in this nice ceramic pot, and they're a great little plant for in a sunny window, in a greenhouse or in a conservatory, or as I said before, if you're lucky to live in a warm country that doesn't get any frost, these actually plants do very well outside. And if you're looking at a cultivar, this is a cultivar of the species Agave victoriae reginae, and this one is Golden Princess. And you can see the golden foliage, the golden variegated foliage. And you can see this one is heavily popped all around the sides of the plant. And I find with these plants, once you take off the pops and grow them in their own container, they're actually very easy to grow. They don't seem to pop then. Like this one here had a good few pops in its time, and I would have taken these all off, and they don't seem to pop then. The plant obviously just grows bigger in size, but as I said, they'll never go any bigger than a foot and a foot and a half in circumference and a foot in height. So that's the other, all the agaves over here. So if when I'll just move around here then, and I'll show you other agaves that I have. Again, all these are ones that I would have either taken as pups or by seed. So majority of these are about 3 years old, so they're quite slow growing. So if I look over here, this agave victoriae reginae, and this is longifolia. So it's another variety which has got longer, thinner leaves and sharper spines. This one here, I'm not too sure what it is. I was told it was Agave victoriae reginae porcupine, which is a more compact variety. I have my doubts. Maybe anyone who has these plants might comment on the comments down below. This one here then is Agave Ferdinand Regis, or King Ferdinand agave, which is I would say a variety of the Queen agave. It's a hybrid of it actually. So looking over there, it's another agave. Again, he's more of a brighter green leaves, and he's a few years old too. So then we go up to the oldest plant I have, and obviously the biggest one. So this guy here is well, I have him 15 years, but I'd say he's older than that. I'd say he's well over 20 years. And usually after about 20 years, between 20 and 30 years, these plants will throw up a central stem and a flower, and then they actually die because they're monocarpic. So monocarpic means that the flower grows, flowers, sets seed, and then it dies. And then usually either you can propagate them from any side shoots that may pop up, or from the seed. I find with some of these plants, some of the agaves will give you lots of pups, whereas other ones then won't pop at all, but they'll flower. So that's how you propagate them. And this is a new variety that I got. I'm just going to move over here, back again around the greenhouse. And this one here, this little guy, is one of the ones that they pop a lot. So you get a lot of pups from this guy. Obviously once he gets a little bigger. So how would you grow them? You grow them in a cactus compost. Good light, as I say, in a greenhouse like this one here, or in a conservatory, or in a sunny window. Not too much water, no water in the winter. Maybe watering every 2.5 to 3 weeks, like I do. Feeding once, probably once, not even once a month. They don't like too much fertilizer. As I say, they're quite easy plants to grow. The only thing is with them, you won't really get any pests, but they can succumb to stem rot. And the plant itself, the top plant look healthy, the roots look healthy, but the stem will rot. And once that sets in, you won't save the plant. It's very, very hard to save it. I've tried. I've lost a few of them, and the only way you can stop this is use um, well drained compost, plenty of stones around the crown or of the plant here. Make sure it's all plenty of stones, and let it dry out between watering, and don't have too big a pot because you want the plant to, or sorry, you want the soil of the plant to dry out in between waterings. Um, that's really it, really, about with the Queen Agave. If you can get one, either from seed or from, let's say, any of these little pups, or even you can purchase them, I really would recommend this plant. They're great little plants. They don't grow big. They stay small and compact. The only drawback is they're actually quite spiny. See the spines there? I've many times I pricked my hand on these little fellas. Just, I suppose, telling you that I'm here beside you, or look, watch out for my spines. So that's my introduction on the Queen Agave from Mexico. And it's a wonderful little plant. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. And until my next video, thank you and goodbye.